Start. Some people who have had near death experiences narrate how they could see everything happening around them but could not intervene in any manner. Stop. They tried shouting into the void, but nobody heard, and life went on around them, with people even talking about them as having recently passed over. Stop para. Thanks to the registry of the Supreme Court of India and its infamous Viddo, the video conferencing app, I had a similar experience last week. Stop. Waiting for my item, I could see and hear the virtual court, but with my microphone and video shut down, I was like my mythical namesake Sanjaya, who could see and hear and narrate the Mahabharata war but not participate in any manner. Stop. I write in the fond hope that on occasional Dhritarashtra might yet benefit from my narration. Stop. My entire online wait from 10:30 a.m. to noon was rendered fruitless, but for what I accidentally witnessed. Stop para. While waiting for my own matter to be called out, I happened to witness the court's proceedings on the matter of migrant workers who are walking back home in the midst of the national lockdown. Dash. An issue which has now attracted universal disapproval on social media and other platforms. Stop. I testify that what happened in the hearing was not an unfeeling court, as has been made out. Stop. It was simply an isolated court dealing with the matter in a routine way, a habit learned from a time before COVID 19. Stop para. It is obvious to me that the judges of the top court have not fully grasped both the threat and the opportunities posed by the new medium of virtual courts. Stop. A virtual court on a video app is as different from an open court in physical space as a movie or a television series is from an actual event. Stop. A judicial hearing on a video needs different skill sets. Stop. It calls for visual performance art on the part of lawyers as well as judges. Stop para. Justice Gautam Patel of the Bombay High Court, in a recent webinar on the post COVID 19 legal world, rightly pointed that judges would be required to have a great deal of patience. Stop. We are not going to be able to evolve an absolutely perfect system to replace or substitute the earlier system. Stop. In adapting video conferencing apps for virtual courts, we have taken something for corporate work and used it for a court's workflow, which it was not designed to handle. Stop para. As someone with some experience of visual media, it seems to me that in a virtual courtroom, judges and lawyers should not only do justice to the matters before them but also be seen to be doing justice after a measured consideration of the issues before them. Stop. They must bear in mind that their display of measured consideration is transmitted instantly to the world at large through three court reporters who are allowed to cover the video feed from the journalist's lounge of the Supreme Court. Stop. The reporters' instant tweets amplify a routine dismissal or issuance of notice in a petition into an oracular pronouncement from the highest constitutional court to be debated at 9 pm in the cacophony on television every day. Stop para. In the case of working migrants, the petition was presented by an advocate who had even earlier, during the novel coronavirus pandemic, filed and presented public interest litigations within bracket PILS. Stop. These petitions on different issues had been dismissed and he had been threatened with the imposition of costs. Stop. According to the Solicitor General's submission, the lawyer appeared to be combating COVID 19 unemployment by creating work for himself. Stop para. While presenting the case, the lawyer referred to the fact that some days earlier a petition by Prashant Bhushan raising similar issues had been declined by the court. Stop. The dismissal was after a statement of the Solicitor General that there were no migrant workers walking home on the roads for hundreds of kilometers. Stop. He wanted that statement of the government to be enforced in a manner that the migrants would not be required to walk endlessly on the road. Stop para. It is against this backdrop that the judges asked what they could do in the matter. Stop. The petitioner advocate mentioned the case of migrants who had been run over by a train in Aurangabad, Maharashtra earlier this month while walking back home. Stop. The bench responded that it could not prevent people from walking anywhere they wanted. Stop. That observation, when taken out of context, looked like a Marie Antoinette moment for the institution. Stop para. Thereafter, the advocate within bracket of PIL fame bracket close sought to persist and stood his ground. Stop. The bench gave short shrift to the matter and imposed costs of rupees 1 lakh to deter further arguments. Stop. I later overheard the presiding judge instruct the stenographer to delete the line imposing these costs. Stop. The microphone of the petitioner lawyer was muted and he was locked out of the hearing. Stop. Before the next matter was called, the bench did ask the Solicitor General if anything could be done concerning the issue of the migrant workers. Stop. He indicated that not much seemed possible according to his instructions. Stop.